Today's shout out goes to Sonic Lover. Thank you so much for your comment. I really like reading all his comments, and if you'd like a shout out in a video, all you have to do is leave a comment. That could have been you. Hi everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my 2024 digital sketchbook. I feel like I definitely have a lot to show you all this time around, so let's just go ahead and get into this. Stop lollygagging. Goodness. Alrighty, here we go. These two are my OCs, Kmir and Lintz. Lintz is on the left, Kmir is on the right. You will see them a lot more. This is Lintz again, but a little younger, I guess. And he's outside looking at worms. This is my fancy schmancy Lintz for 2024. I do this little redraw every year in this particular style. This year's, not the strongest. I just did the one for 2025 and I definitely prefer that one over this one. This one is just kind of you know? I do like the little acne scars on his cheek though. That's a nice little touch. Okay, so the thing about a digital sketchbook, just like a traditional sketchbook, not every drawing is a banger. This is an example of that. This one is of Shanti and Kmir. They're in a relationship, and Shanti's family owns an inn, that's where they're at. You can see little people from the inn behind them. I like the lighting in this one, but there are a couple other things that I was like, I feel like I could have done a little bit better. The name for this one, I forgot I named it this. She's not that funny, bro. I think it's funny. This was supposed to be of my OC Myra. It was a redraw, except it doesn't look like her. So this is closer to what Myra should actually look like. This is of Lintz and Myra. They're at Target, as you can see. She's got the iconic red basket. At this point, they don't really know each other. They've seen each other in passing. Nice little drawing. This one is definitely very much a sketch. It's pretty, you can tell by the quality of the line work. This is supposed to be of Lintz's very low effort drawing here. This is supposed to be the fancy Kmir for 2024, except I got really lazy and didn't finish it. It's okay. I feel like had I finished it, it would have been a decent drawing. This was an OOTD of Myra. Is this something she would wear? Maybe not. I'm not sure. I was using a reference and I was just practicing my little shading. This one I was testing out the symmetry tool on Procreate, so it's giving a little uncanny valley. I draw this pose pretty often. I need to get a little more creative with my couples poses, but it's pretty decent. I remember when I drew this, I was like, this is not my best work, and I still kind of feel that way. This was a redraw of Shanti drawing from, it might have been 2019, 2018, I can't remember. I should have used my normal line art brush, but instead I was trying to be faithful to the original, and I used like a harder line art brush, and because of that I don't like it. This is Star Spider. I did a video a while ago redesigning this character, which you can check out if you like. It was supposed to be of an old OC, and by old OC I mean like from when I was like a child still, except I should have referenced the original drawing closer to kind of get that fancy feel that the original drawing had. If I forget that this was supposed to be a redraw, I think it's fine. This is also kind of a redraw. Whenever I have art block, I tend to redraw a lot of old drawings because like I don't have the energy to come up with new ideas. This is of Shanti. I've spent this entire year trying to figure out what I want her hair to look like and what I want her outfit to look like. I did some sketches recently that I feel like are kind of closer to what I want for her hair at the very least, but her outfit, we're still workshopping that one. This is another old OC. Her name is Xena Tiala. Oh my goodness. I draw this character every now and then to kind of, you know, reminisce, think of the old days, you know. Okay, so at this point I was doing OC-Tober, except I was doing it in July because I had art block and needed some assistance. The prompt for this one was cinnamon roll. I didn't look up what that meant, but I assumed it meant like a really sweet character, so I drew Kmir because that's him. The prompt for this one was couples, so I drew the couples that I came up with. Once again, use that line art brush that I don't really like. I do like how the girls turned out, but I don't like how the guys look here. This was my very first OC that I can remember at the very least. Sonic OC. Oh my goodness, I used to be so obsessed with Sonic. Oh my god. This was my newest OC, except I don't think this is actually my newest OC. I just couldn't remember what my newest OC is, and I still can't remember who my newest OC is, so I just picked the latest one I could remember, even though I'm pretty sure this isn't the newest. This was just random drawing, because I felt like drawing, I guess. Prompt for this one was strongest. Drew Kmir. Definitely the strongest. And weakest, I drew Myra. She's not very very athletic. She likes to sit around watching and making TikToks and stuff. Yeah, it's okay. I like the colors though. Prompt for this one was Bravest. I forget the name of this OC. I kind of want to give him a different name anyway, so I don't think it matters that I forgot his name. In the summer, I was watching a lot of Project Runway. For one of the challenges, they had to use these like body modification things, and it was like feathers, and like what the team did with the feathers. I was like, come on guys, what are we doing? I was like, you know what, I feel like I could do better. My opinion on that still stands. The prompt for this one was funniest. Drew Lentz, definitely the funniest. He's a silly little dude, you know. Kindest OC, Myra. This also ended up being one of the Patreon wallpapers because I loved it so much. Okay, this prompt I misread. I thought it was most scared. It was actually most scarred. But for most scared, it's Lentz. Everything scares him. This is the most scarred. Moving on. Prompt for this one was ships. I definitely shipped these two. This is also one of my favorite drawings from the year. I really love the colors. It's giving warm, it's giving cozy. This is Kalinda Mitako from The Wrath of Darth Maul, except she is an adult here. I think the prompt was friends or something. So this is Kamir and his childhood friend Jakari, and she is a handful and he is him. The prompt for this one was coldest. Kamir, he's the coldest. At this point, I was definitely getting pretty sketchy with these. I don't mind that it's kind of super sketchy. Drew Kalinda again, except I wanted to give her a cutesy outfit. I don't like the outfit though. I feel like you could have done better. The prompt for this one was kisses. I ended up redoing this prompt because I didn't like this drawing. I was losing a little steam. I was like, you know, I kind of want to draw my own stuff now. The prompts served their purpose. This one, I was still watching Project Runway, and my mom was like, you know what, I would like to get into designing outfits and stuff. So I kind of showed her how she could do that. The prompt was bees, and I showed her how to do different outfits based off of bees. My favorite one is the last one, the really fuzzy bumblebee dress. Shyest OC, it's Kamir. Very shy, doesn't like people, very introverted. If he could, he would stay at home all day with his cat, but he can't because you have to work. This is Kamir as an adult, kind of. I have been practicing facial anatomy more recently, so I'm able to actually make him look like an adult. I didn't realize how like he was looking. He's supposed to be an adult here. He looks just kind of like a, well, I don't know, maybe he just has a youthful face. This is an MGT with her headpiece, wearing her blue. Oh my goodness, I really like this drawing. This is Kamir as a Jedi Knight. I haven't decided on whether or not I want him to actually be a Jedi. However, he is force sensitive either way, but in this version, he is a Jedi. This is Kalinda again, except I was like, I didn't like that last outfit I drew her in, so I drew her in this one. I don't like this one either, so I still have to go back to the drawing board on this one. This was a request from Tumblr. I have a Star Wars fan art page over there. I've never advertised it anywhere. Someone asked me to draw Darth Maul as a teenager in Knight Brother clothes, so I did that. It was a fun little thing. Okay, this is a redraw of this drawing from a few years ago. In this version, he is a Jedi, so there's like the Jedi code behind him, but like I said, I haven't actually decided on whether or not he's gonna be a Jedi. He is a Jedi here too. Well, no, he's a Padawan here. I was practicing poses. This is a self-portrait. I like it. I think I drew this for a video or something. I can't remember, but I was like, oh, that was a fun little thing. I'm gonna keep it. It's just my iPad for funsies. I think it's cute. I did this for a commission information sheet, and I needed like a full body example, and I didn't want to use a drawing that I already drawn, so I did this one. This is a drawing I drew for July 4th. I really like this drawing. It's also a redraw from a previous drawing from July 4th. The original was a gouache painting, but I was like, I don't feel like doing all that with no gouache paint, so I did it digitally instead. I really like it. I redesigned Strawberry Shortcakes not too long ago, and we're getting to those. So this is Angel Food Cake. This is one of my favorite drawings out of that whole little thing I did. This is Apple Dumpling. This is Blueberry Muffin. I really like this one. I love her little corduroy hat. This is Ginger Snap. There are a couple things I would change if I redid it. This is Orange Blossom. I drew a bunch of these back to back, and by the time I got to Orange Blossom, I was a little tired. I was like, So the original one that I did, it felt a little low effort, and it kind of was because I was a little tired by the time I got to it. So I took a break and came back to it a few days later after the video already came out. So yeah, this is Strawberry Shortcake. This was the first one I did, and A couple things I would change, I think, but I do like this one. It's all the girlies together. And again. And again, here are all of them, but with the updated orange blossom. I do really like it. This was a really fun challenge to do. This was a little comic that I did. Actually, I did it to take a break from Peach-Tober, if I recall correctly, because during Peach-Tober, I was working traditionally. I was like, you know what, I kind of need a little break from drawing, so I did this little digital comic thing. This is Lentz and Myra. I remember I didn't really like it when I drew it, but I think it's okay. This is K-Mir and his mom, and he's like hiding behind her. She's like a teacher or something, and I guess she brought him to work with her for some reason. I really like this drawing. I think it's cute, and I love the colors. I briefly returned to the OC-Tober thing, and I combined the prompts, kisses, and cuddles, and made this drawing, and I think it's cute. This was a drawing from my traditional sketchbook that I just finished digitally. It was on the same page as that previous comic because that was also originally from my traditional sketchbook, and I was just like, you know what, I'm doing line art for this whole page, I might as well add this little dude, except he had nothing to do with the comic. It was just an extra little sketch, but it was fun. This was also a drawing from my sketchbook. This is actually the finished drawing. It's supposed to be like a Polaroid type thing, so this was what it looked like before I actually drew the Polaroid part. This was super fun to do. I especially liked making the little frame part of it. Like, you know, you got the little fingerprint and trying to make it look like someone wrote on it with marker or something. However, I have only recently found a brush on Procreate that works a little better for making something look like it was written in permanent marker or pencil or something. But I still really like this drawing. It was fun to work on. I also painted it traditionally with watercolors, is what that looks like, and I made a video about that one if you want to check that out. This is of Shanti. I was trying to redraw this drawing. Mixed feelings about it. I think it turns out okay. This is the other version. I do prefer this one. However, doesn't look like the character, but everything else about it I love. The little text at the bottom says mandatory Jedi mullet, because why do Jedi always like wearing mullets? What's up with that? I really like this drawing. This is of Mal and Kalindi. I was practicing drawing Nautilin eyes, but making them look like whale eyes. I mentioned that in a previous digital sketchbook video. Now we're getting into more up-to-date drawings. I've like shared them in the past few weeks, so you can like definitely find these on my channel. Anyways, this is K-Mir and his mom. His mom's like wiping something off his face. I think it's cute. This was a drawing I did for the intro to Procreate video. I also drew this one for that video. This one's a self-portrait, the other one's just a random drawing. This is K-Mir. Again, I like this drawing. I like the little grain that it added to the drawing. This is a wonky Darth Maul. I called it Wonky Maul because it is pretty wonky. I remember I was being very sloppy. I just did it to kind of warm up. This one I really like. It's closer to what I actually do in my traditional sketchbook. It's a compilation of a whole bunch of different drawings with all the little text. The only difference is I colored this, and I don't normally color stuff in my traditional sketchbook. Little fun little tidbit here. I use this same skin color as I did for Lentz in the center and for the lady. I use the same colors. The only difference is the ratio of those colors. This is a self-portrait. I think this is a nice self-portrait. I was going to make it my profile pictures, but I haven't decided. I don't know why I named this one Little Jim Bob. I don't know why I did that. It was a redraw of one of the previous drawings, except this one's not as good. Okay, this one is a Meet the Artist drawing. Yeah, I feel like I could have put more effort into it. I want to redo it. This is Kalindi Matako. Again, I was just drawing to be drawing, because sometimes I do that. Sometimes you just gotta draw to be drawn. This is another one of those just drawn to be drawn drawings. I had a lot of fun with it. I really like this one. Love the colors and stuff. And her little bored annoyed expression. There's another little comic thingy of K-Mir and his buddies. In this version, he is a Jedi. I'm kind of leaning towards making him an actual Jedi or Jedi Padawan. Maybe he deserts at some point or something. I don't know. Here he's with some of his buddies, except some of them aren't his buddies. Some of these are people he doesn't really know that well. They're getting ready to play dodgeball. They're choosing people for the team, and he gets chosen. I mean, at least he didn't get chosen last. I was cracking up when I was drawing this, and I had so much fun drawing it too. I think it's really funny. We've exited the actual digital sketchbook portion. These are just actual drawings I had on Procreate. This was for TikTok. I think it's silly. This is the other part, and yeah, that's it. There's another part. I don't know why I didn't save it though. This was also for TikTok. This was for that maps trend where they do the little dance. However, I went on TikTok recently and they removed the sound from my video. Haters for real. Anyways, I like this one. It's just a little wonky little cape mirror. This is also for TikTok, except at this point I wasn't doing the little animated things, so I just manually filmed each one with my phone. This was my self-portrait drawing thing for my profile picture, and I drew it for my commission info sheet. And it's like, oh, it's a nice little drawing. It's going to be my profile pic. Except I feel like it's a little too detailed to be a profile picture because some of the details are lost and it looks a little muddy when it's really small. Oh, this is what I drew the iPad for, because there it is. I was also making some info sheet for profile picture commissions, which if you would like me to draw you a profile picture, links to that is in the description. You can commission me for that on Coffee. Anyways, I used some references from Pinterest to show examples of what I can do. Here's one of them. I really like this one. Here's another one. Also really like this one. This was a drawing from Adobe Fresco. I don't think this one made it into the video though. This was also from Adobe Fresco. This one's a little wonky. This was also from Adobe Fresco. This was the first drawing I did on Adobe Fresco. And guys, that is everything. Oh my gosh. So many drawings. How many drawings are in this folder? Let's see. I'm still new to this computer. I don't know how to count stuff in here. I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? Oh my gosh, that's a great question. How do you count stuff in here? I don't know. And I'm not gonna go through and count all these. I know there are 15 sketchbooks here, which is a pretty decent amount of sketchbooks to have done in a year, I think. Digital sketchbooks. I think I do on average 6 to 7 drawings per sketchbook. I want to know the number. Editing a mirror here, I finally figured out how to count files in a folder. I had 140 drawings in this folder, which is crazy. Alright, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to my patrons, Merriment Illustrations, Sister Donnie 55, and Kelsey. Thank you so much for being my patrons. I really appreciate you and everything you do. Wow, oh my goodness. Thanks so much for watching. Here are a couple more videos that I think you would like, and I will see you next time.